One of the most interesting studies in consciousness is the study of thought. What is this astoundingly productive energy stream that drives our civility and existence? Consider that sometime and somewhere in our evolutionary track, we were given a stupendous creative power that animals lack, the ability to make thoughts come to life. Look around you now and see what fabulous inspirations have already been brought about by blending personal thought and action. And more is constantly being offered. In fact, future productions already exist incognito. All we need is the right question. So, what are thought forms? How are they created? Generally, thoughts are brought about by impulse, need, and emotion. Each thought will have its own vibrational frequency, depending on objective and potency. There will be fleeting thoughts propelling us through the day, like the misty swirl that you see here, and there will be the more creative clusters as thoughts develop. Fleeting thoughts will have little impact and dissipate easily. Other, more determinate thoughts or the building up of an idea will attract further itinerant thoughts for our selection. It will be the personal inclination that makes this thought work so exciting. Thought forms will build intelligence, to each their own sphere of interest. What you see here may be a poor demonstration, but we are all connected to an encapsulating invisible internet, where all or any idea may be planted and detected by way of selection, synchronicity, or chance. What we see here may be abstracted thought forms on the side, the building blocks of a further intelligence and innovation, as well as clusters of anything man has ever thought of, though this cluttered collection is likely to be a mixed bag of licorice all sorts, proving to be useful or not. Any thought or idea will express its quality and attract similar energies. Annie Besant and Charles Leadbeater, in the book Thought Forms, declared that the production of all thought forms is based on three major principles. 1. Quality of thought determines colour. 2. Nature of thought determines form. 3. A strong will or definiteness of thought determines clearness or outline of thought form. This amazing book is available for free download and gives us incredible information and further detail. In more general terms, a thought form can survive as an active intelligence for a longer or shorter period. Thoughts bring about images in a flashing abstracted form, usually way too fast for us to observe. Primarily, our thoughts will be routine through everyday work and living, but on any day, ideas or inspiration can be considered and pursued. Of course, we will not follow up each and every impulse, but for many, an abstracted intelligence will be enticingly valuable for further exploration. If a thought form be neither definitely personal nor specifically aimed at someone else, it simply floats off detached in the atmosphere, all the time radiating vibration. This subtle radiation gradually exhausts its store of energy, unless picked up by another mental or astral body. And this often happens at staff, business meetings, or debates, where any sensitive may be picking up floating thoughts and ideas. But who or where is the original thinker? Consider this for a fact. You may be sending out loud messages for everyone else to express. This can be frustrating, especially if you come up with a great idea and it is your wish to be the one to express this. Einstein said, "Imagination is everything. It is what we can imagine that will be a building block towards greater innovation." The world relies on our originality and fresh approach, and on any day, ideas or inspiration may come. But progress or completion at any time will require personal effort and most likely will include some frustration, some delays, and the occasional mistake. Don't forget, Einstein also said, "The only sure way to avoid mistakes is to have no new ideas." Consider imagination and Jules Verne, who wrote about a rocket landing on the moon in 1865 with uncanny details. Well, this actually happened roughly 100 years later. So, this idea and others was floated a long time ago. But who dared to follow? Who had the interest? Who accepted that first cosmic challenge? Sure, it involved lots of hard work, and we soon found out what didn't work. It is important to understand this process of thought development so as to start shaping the future as we wish and need it to be. This is an important point that you may not have considered. Thought forms are generated individually through personal fantasy or collectively through mass beliefs and allegiance. Mass beliefs may be religious, political, cultural, or philosophical. The more intense the emotion that is poured into a particular idea, the stronger and more vital the created thought forms will be. We know that prayers, political constraints, and a cultural ideology are still going strong today. Operational differences throughout the world may be perpetual. There must be choice. Mahatma Gandhi said, "The ability to reach unity in diversity surely will be the beauty and test of our civilization." Medical research is ongoing. The discovery that the brain emits a power like electricity is a giant step forward. Doctors are now busy working with electrical brain stimulation, and much has already been achieved to combat malfunctions like Parkinson's disease, Tourette's syndrome, epilepsy, obsessive compulsive disorder, pacemakers, etc., etc. It is said that our brain uses only 20% of our daily power consumption, supposedly 20 watt, more or less. Of course, this energizing power circulates throughout our whole system, vitalizing all of our organs and promoting healthy cells and healing. Consider, though, what is this 20 watt of power, if we accept this discovery, without personal input? The 20-watt energy surge creates mind pictures, lifestyles, and new ideas constantly. We may be at the best of times. We may be at the worst of times. A greater sensory perception and higher consciousness allows us and everyone to tap into further speculative ideas and concepts. The power of thought will bring in a new reality. It takes but one individual to start a new movement. Do not get caught up with all that is said and all that is written. A higher consciousness and a broader world perspective is at hand for many as we adjust to the new paradigm. So, what is the nature and power of thought? What is this amazing force that allows us to further create and manipulate a future potential? We have but to bring it to life. The future is continually coming into existence with each new light photon oscillation or vibration within an infinite number of dynamic reference frames. The reference frame is the here and now, our laws, our beliefs, commonality, what is important, how can we build on that? Each one of us can affect change because what we think we send out to be picked up by others with a similar interest. The power of thought applies, as always. We are the world. We are the future. It is all up to us. We all know there is much that needs to be done.